are delighted as Trump's been indicted. Just a few hours ago, the Manhattan grand jury voted to indict former President Donald Trump. That makes him the first former U.S. president ever to be charged for a crime. Wow, breaking some glass ceilings there. Of course, the case centers around Trump allegedly paying hush money to porn star Stormy Daniels way back in 2016. A mediocre porn star, to be clear. I mean, really. Star is a little strong. Actress, okay. A case federal prosecutors had already dropped, but somehow it's back. But will economic woe still lead to Trump 2.0? Because as Joe Biden wilts, Trump's campaign is going full tilt. A recent Fox News poll found inflation to be the biggest concern among voters, followed by running out of balance of nature capsules. 3/4 of registered voters say inflation caused them hardship over the last 6 months. It's true. Larry can barely afford to feed his koi fish. Other koi fish. He feeds his koi fish other koi fish.
We got it, yeah.
See, that's expensive. As for the economy in general, a whopping 77% rate it negatively. They wanted to give it an even worse rating, but they couldn't afford it. When told of the American public's hardship, a Biden family spokesman said a few $1 million from Chinese businesses will help soften the blow. Oh, man. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump's lead over his potential rivals just continues to grow, indictment or not. A new national survey found more than 50% of Republican primary voters prefer Trump to anyone else. The only one who prefers Trump more, of course, is this political genius.
DeSantis is what they call a dweeb. and Trump is the one who needs to get the nomination because then the Democrats will win. He's a two-time loser already. Hello?
But he also likes...
Loser!
Of course, when she said, hello, loser, everyone in the View's audience responded, what? Joy reminds me of that old saying about stop clocks, because they also have stupid, useless faces. So, as Biden's economy cools off like a forgotten bowl of his morning mush, and Trump's campaign heats up like a fresh taco bowl from Trump Tower Grill, might we be heading for a 2020 rematch? I wonder what Joe thinks.
No, I didn't see any polls. Come on, man, it's a great day. It's opening day. Don't you know who's going to be? These guys or these guys? And, look, I noticed something. Every day, something happens. And if I pay attention to that thing, I don't have to pay attention to all the other things. So, come on, man, play ball! Hey, buy me some crackers and peanut snack. That's a fact check.
Yes. 2024 nominee. Hey, all right, Larry, I haven't heard your opinion on the breaking news. What say you about the indictment?
Well, you know, the grand jury wasn't supposed to be meeting today.
Yeah.
So this kind of strikes me as a sort of old-line Soviet-style prosecution. Mm-hmm. I don't think they had the goods on him. I mean, I think the lawyer, Bob Costello, just destroyed Michael Cohen, who was a convicted perjurer. I'm not in the grand jury. I'm not in the courtroom. I'm certainly not an attorney. I haven't covered this the way Shannon has, but I find it an unbelievable story. I mean, the grand jury is supposed to be out for another month, and then all of a sudden, so okay, big fake out, he's got it. We'll see how this plays out. I don't think Bragg has the goods. And I think when the trial comes, Trump is going to be let off. That's what I think. And then just publicity and just politics, Greg. That's what I think.
You know, Dyrus, you sent me a chilling text when this broke. Would you care to elaborate? You don't have to mention the text. But yes, I have been working out, though. Thank you.
Yeah. I thought I said you need to work out. Today was an ugly blow. Like, we all need to remember this date. This was an ugly day. A former president was charged for being a man. Listen, I'm not the president. What? Oh, this is what men do when we up, okay?
Yeah.
I could be the manager of Dunkin' Donuts, okay? And maybe I had an affair with I don't know, a fans-only person. I gave her free donuts for free views, and then she decided to tell on me. And so the new guy, I said, listen, you want free coffee and munchkins and all the jelly donuts you want? Could you pay her this free stuff and tell her to go away from me? Because I don't want to get in trouble because my wife's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And he does it, and he gets caught, and he gets fired. That's it.
Yeah.
Just being a guy. It has nothing to do with being a president. No man who has an affair doesn't want to cover it up. Unless he's an idiot. Like, if he didn't cover it up, I wouldn't have voted for him. If he would have been like, if he would have came home to the Trump Tower, and as he went down the escalator, are you running for president? Yes. And I cheated on my wife with a porn star. I'd be like, you know what, Romney's not so bad.
Romney would have put the porn star on top of the car.
Right.
All right.
I'm proud of that one. All right, Shannon. I didn't think that's tough analysis to follow. But you've been talking about what's your.
Well, it brings to mind my brand new book, Love Stories of the Bible Speak. No, this is not.
Samson and Delilah, right?
Samson and Delilah. That's the closest one to this, for sure. But listen, the feds passed on this. As you said, they looked at prosecuting this and decided they didn't have a case. They weren't going to go for it. So for a local prosecutor to pick it up, listen, he's got a lot on the line. We often joke about grand juries will indict a ham sandwich. That's the first part of this. But to get to a unanimous jury here in New York on these charges that legal scholars across the spectrum, including many on the far left and many progressives, say this is a bad move. It's a unique legal theory that's not going to work, and it's only going to serve to help former President Trump make the case that you're after him, the establishment's after him, the deep state's after him. So if they don't land a conviction on this, it goes in his win column in more ways than one.
It validates everything he said about being a proxy target for voters. I mean, when you put that along with parents being called domestic terrorists, all these people imprisoned over January 6th. Republicans and Trump supporters are being hunted. That's what it seems to be saying. Why do they always say they can indict a ham sandwich?
Well, it could happen.
But I mean, what does that mean? It's like you can indict anything you want?
Well, remember with a grand jury, you don't have the same rules of evidence that you do for witnesses and stuff actually in trial. So you can bring in a whole lot more stuff, and, that can sway people.
I would never indict a ham sandwich.
Especially in New York.
Why, are you saying that because there's a lot of Jews, Larry? How dare you? That's the second person that's made an
bagel guy, yeah.
Wait,
Something about that
something
chair.
about that chair. Why do you hate ham sandwiches, Larry?
I love ham sandwiches. It's New York juries that worry me.
Yeah, that's true. Left-wing juries.
And I think that's what Shannon's getting at.
Yes.
I mean, look, this thing, I don't want to take up some space. I'm annoyed because Bragg and the grand jury people in the courts said that the jury was out for a month. So they lied. Turns out the jury was meeting. Okay, fine. But don't lie to me like that. And that's why I say that it is a Soviet-style approach. They had to do this in the dead of the non-day. They put it out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
During the 5.
And nobody knew anything about this before. So, and I think you're right. It winds up helping Trump politically, because he wants to upset the establishment. And these crazy lefties, this is nothing but socialism to the 800th power.
But Kat, you know what this does? This validates the conversation that we had like 2 weeks ago with Russell Brand here. He's outside, they're inside. It's no longer left and right. It's outside, inside. He's now the renegade.
Well, I think he's kind of always presented himself that way. He kind of has been that. I think he likes to be that. So he gets to say, I gotta look. They're after me. And then if nobody comes and gets you, then you kind of looks like you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So, I mean, even we saw him in Waco kind of talking about this, and he was, firing up the crowd talking about this, and especially because no other president or former president has had this happen, and it's only been him. So he's this, a martyr of sorts that's faced these things that are completely unique, and he does that very, very well. That there's nothing that fires up people more than that. So I also, it's just, I don't see how you could actually get convicted here based on what's actually there. I don't, but I think that you have to know that. I mean, I didn't even go to law school. I just watched a lot of Law and Order. And I don't see how it's possible, but what is possible is that it could go on for months and months and possibly even into 2024.
All he needs is one man on that jury.
All right, we got to move on. Up next is the Woke Land.